r/AskReddit. What is a sign that you're unattractive? My wife is always telling me that our kids must get their good looks from me because she still has all of hers. Good one. Your brother is so hot. You guys don't look too much alike. Toddlers cry in your presence. I consider that a superpower. My 5-year-old cousin once pointed to an old photo in my great aunt's house and asked, "Is that me?" Me. Nope. That's me when I was your age. Huh? You used to look just like me. Me. Yep. And when you grow up this is what you'll look like. Pointing to myself. She burst into tears and ran to her mother. Edit. Yes, my cousin and I are the same gender. Thank you for the silver. It warms my ugly little heart. I was walking toward a piece of equipment in the gym. An attractive young woman was standing between it and me. She noticed me walking in her direction and her facial expression changed immediately. Just dropped. She seemed to think I was approaching her and was disgusted. So, that. Your wife's friend suggests you see her plastic surgeon husband. It happened to me. Above the neck. I'm the cartoon ugly guy. When not even your grandmother tells you you're beautiful. When your parents say how ugly you are in private. When they're indecisive. Or their answer changes in the situation you are in. Are you in public with relatives and do they need to look good? Or are you at home and away from prying eyes? Hang out with a few little kids, they'll tell you. Look at that high-waisted man. He's got feminine hips. When I was younger, I went to a YMCA summer camp. My younger brother went there too. Since he was cute, he was really popular. The older girls went all whenever they saw him, but they didn't know me and him were related. So, I told them, "Did you know me and Wolfie are related?" They said he was. Then they went to my brother and told him that they could replace me and that it must be hard having such an ugly brother. The worst part is that my brother said, "Yep, living with an ugly brother is hard. I don't go to camp anymore." If you hear looks don't matter or similar addressed to you. If you grew up as that kid that people would say their friend liked as an embarrassing joke, the idea of you having a partner is a running joke in your circle. Relatives and overly nice people are your only source of compliments. And the difference in treatment, whether it's being left out or patronized. When someone says you're unattractive and the other person next to you says don't be rude instead of no he's attractive. Me. People call me ugly all the time. Huh? I'm sorry. Self-deprecating jokes just make people uncomfortable. I had a professor in college who was morbidly obese, his own words, and would constantly make jokes in classes about it. No one laughed and his Rate My Professor page was filled with warnings about how uncomfortable this was. I still feel bad for the dude. This is a wildly depressing thread. Edit. I'd say the only upside is it seems someone who's unattractive must be some really low-hanging fruit since they've probably experienced all this. Babies don't stare at you and kids tell you that you are ugly. The checkout girl separating you and your wife's items at the till. I had a picture of my first wife. We had just gotten married, up on my desk at work on my second day at the job. One of the senior programmers came by to introduce himself and looked at the picture. He goes, "Oh no, I guess the old guy accidentally left that picture here." I politely explained that it was my wife and he was like, "Damn, good for you." That solidified who was the better looking one in that relationship. When someone says you could be really pretty if, insert some appearance changing hack here. You would be really pretty if you weren't so ducking ugly. I was always told I have a face for radio. I have a face for radio, and a voice for newsprint. This thread just made me depressed. A girl tried to hook up with me while she was drunk and then went to AA after she sobered up. This could be a joke and a stand-up routine. People generally avoid you and seem to look at you in disgust or pity. At least that's what it seems like from my experience. Yep, there are actually studies about this. Handsome people are often met with a nicer attitude and have it easier in life. No one tries to duck you. I must be handsome cause life ducks me 24/7. Suddenly the guy in the van is all out of candy. Someone brought up that every friend group has an ugly friend. I stupidly said, "That's not true. I don't think anyone here is ugly." Silence. I thought nothing of it for 3 years until it finally hit me. Wanted to find answers, not feel described. When you wear clothes that are revealing and people call you brave. If you're attractive, they will say how hot you look. Edit. Thank you for the gold and silvers, people. My high school best friend was extremely good looking, so most guys who ever talked to me did so in hopes of getting to know her, and a lot of guys would talk to me. I later found out about the existence of this webcomic that they started about us, which was called The Hot and the Funny. The caricature for me in the comic is one of the ugliest things I have seen in my entire life. Edit. I don't have links to it now and I am not sure if it still exists. Had I kept archives of that comic, I would have never had healthy self-esteem. Edit 2. Thanks for such overwhelming love, guys. To those who are doubting this story, it did happen. I really wish I could show them to you. I also asked my hot friend if she has any saved copies of it, but she doesn't. I am now truly regretting not saving these. When I was in junior high school, the popular girls all got in trouble for making a list ranking the guys from hottest to ugliest. What really hurt was I wasn't even on the list. Would have been nice to at least been thought of, lol. A friend of mine shared a post about not being cute. Racked up hair and angry reacts. Shared the same post. Got sad reacts, lol. Hahaha, after reading this and fitting everything, I've concluded I am ugly as shit. I actually feel pretty bad, tbh. I was at a bar with the boys. Across the room, me and a pretty lady met eyes. For a moment things moved in slow motion. I gave her a wry grin and looked away. Another minute or so passed and I glanced back her way. We instantly locked eyes again. I think I'm on here. I notice a friend walking over to me, and I'm thinking, OHH, this is it. She's probably gonna tell me her friend thinks I'm cute. She tells me her friend wants me to stop staring at her. It's creeping her out and maybe we should think about leaving. To make it worse, the boys all wanted to know what she said. You're invisible. Not only do you not get hit on, you don't even get talked to. If a stranger who's smiling makes eye contact with you, then stop smiling. No one seems interested in you. When you look in the mirror and your reflection ducks. My sister and I were always told she was the pretty one. I was the smart one. I am not smart. Edit, holy shit, this blew up. I'll reply to everyone when I can. And thank you, kind strangers, for the gold. I got my first silver the other day and now 2 golds. People say hang out with kids because they are honest. Never do that. I was such an a-hole as a kid. I called everyone that has dark hair ugly because my mum had blonde hair and for me she was beauty itself. You do not know how a child's mind works. They will call you ugly just because you look nothing like their mum. Edit 1. Apparently I have to also mention that I am female, not a dude that wanted to duck his mum. No one has ever flirted with me or tell me I'm attractive. Honestly, it could simply be because I have resting beach face. I'm a guy and I get it from my dad, so I easily intimidate many people. Back in high school, my group of friends told me they were scared of me at first because I always looked so angry pissed. A friend of mine tried to kiss a girl at a party. She replied, I'm not drunk enough for that. Then vomited on the floor and passed out. Edit. Oh wow, this blew up. To clarify, my friend was not me as many of you have suggested. Also thanks for the platinum. My friend and I was at this summer camp. There's this cute girl in our group. My friend, he's a solid 8/10, asked for a picture together. The girl gladly and excitedly said yes. After they got their picture taken, I asked her to get a picture with me too, and the look on her face was like, why not we take a picture as a group instead, and then she walks away. This was way back then. Now I'm more confident and kinda glowed up, so I'm fine. Edit. I know maybe she was really hoping for a group picture, but yay, I don't really care after that incident. When I was in 8th grade, a boy came straight up to me and asked, why are you so ugly? Yeah, for a 14-year-old girl that hurt a lot. Now I'm 20 and still think I'm unattractive. When, as a 6-year-old, you asked your mother, Mom, am I pretty? And she replied with, looks don't matter. Sweetie, anyone? Oh, just me. Okay. Edit. For anyone saying that it's a normal thing to say, let me tell you I partially agree. I neglected to say that she looked at me from top to bottom before saying that, and she's been critical of my looks, my weight, smile, laughter, posture, hair, skin, since I can remember. B32, a virgin. and never had a girlfriend. You ask questions like, what is a sign that you're unattractive? Whenever you're in doubt about your physical attractiveness, think about the mom in Honey Boo Boo. Someone ducked her at least 4 times and her personality is also pretty shit, so she doesn't even have that going for her. So how bad can it be? Didn't the dude boning her turn out to be a pedo? When members of the opposite sex get upset if you are friendly to them, like if are minding your own business having a nice day, thinking about something else, and you accidentally smile and say thank you to someone in a shop, at which they give you a look of fear and disgust. People accuse you of mooning them whenever you try to make eye contact. Women always talk about men following them, catcalling, trying to get their numbers, flirting with them inappropriate or at all. I have no experience with any of that. Never even had someone tell me I'm pretty. Edit. You are all lovely people. I open up Reddit to a wave of wonderful comments. Thank you. I am a lucky soul who has found my better half in life. So one soul sees something in me I don't, and strangers, RL ones, haven't. You become invisible. People don't look you in the eye. People don't notice you. People don't make small talk. It's actually quite blissful. You ain't got no alibi. If you're fat, people expect you to be a lovely person to compensate for your unattractiveness. Bro, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content. It's free and that's a great price.